It was a quiet afternoon on Main Street when the unthinkable happened. A blind U.S. veteran, cane in hand, was walking alongside his service dog when officers approached him regarding a minor dispute. The man, struggling to explain that he couldn't see clearly, was met not with understanding but with force. His loyal dog remained calm, trying to do its job. But instead of de-escalating the situation, the officers escalated it in the worst way imaginable. They tossed both the veteran and his canine partner. As the man collapsed to the pavement, so did his dog. Moments later, the air was pierced with the screech of tires and the thunder of military vehicles arriving. Within 7 minutes, Main Street was shut down, and the military wasn't there to ask questions. They were there to deliver justice. Captain Jason Moore, a decorated Iraq War veteran, had lost his vision in a roadside bomb explosion while serving overseas. Since returning home, his canine partner Rex had become not just a guide, but a lifeline. That day, Moore was simply trying to cross the street when a local officer accused him of blocking traffic. Moore attempted to explain he couldn't see the curb. Rex stood by his side, steady and non-threatening. When Moore reached for his ID, the officer misread the movement and responded with violence. Without warning, the officer tossed Moore, twice. When Rex growled instinctively to defend his handler, a second officer tossed him too. Bystanders recorded every second. Moore collapsed. Rex whimpered. And the footage quickly spread. An anonymous tip sent the video to Moore's former Special Ops unit, a brotherhood forged in war and bonded beyond duty. They responded immediately. In less than 10 minutes, a convoy of military Humvees roared into the town, sealing off the street. Armed but composed, the soldiers stepped out. No yelling. No threats. Just a chilling line, "You don't touch our brother." Inside the local police station, internal investigations were launched. The officers involved were placed on leave, and federal authorities were alerted. Because this wasn't a mistake, it was a violation of both human rights and military honor. In the days that followed, both Moore and Rex were hospitalized, Moore with physical trauma and Rex recovering from electrical shock. But thanks to overwhelming support from veterans nationwide, Moore received the specialized care he needed, and Rex pulled through emergency treatment. At a public hearing soon after, both officers were terminated and formally charged with assaulting a disabled veteran and committing animal cruelty. Meanwhile, the image of that military convoy became a viral emblem of loyalty, justice, and the unbreakable bond between a soldier and his dog. Standing tall days later before a crowd of supporters, Moore gripped Rex's leash tightly and declared, "They tried to break us. But they forgot one thing. We don't fight alone." A blind veteran and his service dog tossed in broad daylight, sounds like a nightmare. But sometimes, justice doesn't come from a badge. It comes from a convoy. Like, share, and comment. Did this story move you to tears or anger?